And whenever you're ready, you can begin.
Can you forgive someone easily? Last week I had fought with someone and he gave me hurts in my mind. I always try to be kind, but he ignores and finds me whenever he needs my help. So I have prayed to God, and suddenly I thought that even we sin many times, He forgives us as many as we committed sins. Forgiving someone is not easy, but however, because of someone who always forgives us, we can forgive the others too and live this peacefully. Even we had committed sin to God, He always loved and forgave us. And also, if we forgive someone first, they will forgive us back too. So I choose my main theme verse as Matthew chapter 6, verse 15. But if you do not forgive others their sins, your Father will not forgive your sins. Complete guide to the Bible has said Matthew is about life of Christ and his events written by Matthew during 4 BC through AD 30. It is right. And Concordia Self-Study Bible comment that chapter 6 is about Jesus' ministry of Galilee, Sermon on the Mount, including Lord's Prayer. And verse 1 through 15 deals with inward and outward expression of piety, referring to almsgiving and private Lord's Prayer. So when Jesus explained about Lord's Prayer, He commented that if we committed any sins, but repent soon, He will forgive and believe us. So He never says that we have only few chances to be forgiven, but have boundless forgiveness in Him. I think this is the amazing fact as being Christian. Also, there are the other verses that support this idea of doing God's will. So before we go heaven, if we committed any sins by our eyes, it's better to take out our eyes. And if we committed any sins by our legs or arms, it's better to cut out of our legs or arms before we go heaven. But even the Bible said it's like that, but the Luke chapter 17 verse 3 said, so watch yourselves. If your brother or sister sins against you, rebuke them, and if they repent, forgive them. As you see on the handout, if we truly repent, God will forgive us even it's really bad sin. And whatever we ask for in prayer, we will receive everything from God. And Mark chapter 11 verse 25 said, and when you stand praying, if you hold anything against anyone, forgive them, so that your Father in heaven may forgive you your sins. And also I want you to not have any anger or bitterness against anyone, because you do not even have time to love them. So Ephesians chapter 4 verse 32 said, be kind and compassionate to one another, forgiving each other, just as in Christ God forgave you. Also, there's a story about someone who always thought about his benefits and had tragedy. So, as you see on the handout, after Jesus explained about how sin is bad and how to deal with sin in the church, Peter asked him how many he should forgive people. And then Jesus answered unlimitedly, heaven is like king and his servant. So the servant owned his king 10,000 bag of gold, and king ordered him to pay back everything, even his family. But the servant truly repented and asked him to pay back everything later. And then king just forgave him and released him. After that, the servant met his fellow who owned 1,000 silver coins, but he started to choke and put his fellow into prison. Even he repented. So when the king knew it, he called his servant again and asked, why didn't you forgive him as I did? And the king put his servant into jail. Forgiving someone is not easy, however, because of someone who always forgives us, we can forgive the others too and live this world peacefully. As believers, God created us as His image, so we should forgive the others too who against us as many as He does. If not, then He will stop forgiving us too. And also for unbelievers, if we forgive someone first, next time that someone can forgive us back too. So I want to tell you to not have any anger or bitterness against anything in the world. Forgive and erase your bad memory with your kindness. Thank you.
Thank you. Let's give her a round of applause. Thank you, ma'am.